Hey y'all, it's Fritz. So today we're going to do a tutorial on a full coverage acne routine foundation look. So I'm going to show you how to get full coverage by using BareMinerals Mineral Foundation. Yes, by using BareMinerals Foundation, we're going to achieve a full coverage foundation look so we can cover all discoloration, any acne, or 5 o'clock shadows if you're a guy. And I've been suffering through acne for a couple years now, and I mean, this is the only foundation I have found that can really help me cover my acne. Stays on all day, and it feels like I have nothing on and I don't have to feel guilty about applying makeup. And let me tell you, I have dry skin and I have a lot of acne. I have a 5 o'clock shadow. You will see in a few seconds of how bad my skin really is. So if I can use BareMinerals, so can you. And yes, don't be scared. Keep watching. I'm telling you right now, you will be pleased on how well BareMinerals can cover. So we're going to cover up all my acne and acne scarring on my cheeks. We're going to cover up my dark circles underneath my eyes. And we're also going to cover up my 5 o'clock shadow on my upper lip mustache area. So all this has got to go. It's got to go. Got to go. So we're going to get rid of it. So before we start, you want to cleanse and moisturize your skin. And I did that beforehand. And now you want to use primer. It's really essential that you use primer before putting on your foundation because it lets the BareMinerals foundation go on more smoothly onto the skin, so you prevent that cakey or powder makeup look. So it's really important that you use primer so it gets that creamy texture, so it covers and stays on a lot better. So basically, if you have normal skin, I would only recommend 1 pump of primer. But if you need your full coverage, and if you have skin like mine that's really breaking out, or a lot of discoloration, or if you're tan to African American skin tone, I recommend 2 pumps of primer. So warm the primer up into your fingertips and put the primer all over your face. And let it dry for about 30 seconds to a minute. Alrighty, and now let's start with concealer. I'm going to be using BareMinerals Well Rested concealer. And Well Rested is only in 1 shade. It's a very light concealer to help reduce redness or under eye dark circles. I'm just going to use a dime size amount like this. And with a round dome concealer brush, this is how I will apply the Well Rested concealer. Or you could use the maximum concealer brush that usually comes in the starter kits in BareMinerals. So I'm just going to lightly spot treat. So I'm just going to dab the Well Rested concealer anywhere that I might have extra redness, or anywhere I might want to hide a blemish or just any discoloration. That's where you want to apply the Well Rested concealer. Okay guys, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Just keep blending, just keep blending, just keep blending. Okay, so we put the Well Rested concealer on basically all over my face because I had discoloration, acne scars, and just problematic areas all over my face. And you can see that the Well Rested has seriously covered up basically everything. You can't really see anything anymore. So this is the first sign to show you how powerful BareMinerals can really be. So yeah, basically if I wanted to go for the pasty Twilight vampire look, I could just put a little bit of Mineral Veil setting powder on and call it a day. But we're gonna try to get Halle Berry black. Okay, I'm trying to get Halle Berry black. So we're going to use foundation and a little bit of bronzer so I can be a bronzed beauty. So yeah, so this is basically what the Well Rested has covered. So now we'll use the BareMinerals foundation to get even more coverage and to put more color back into your skin, because most likely the Well Rested concealer is not your shade. 9 out of 10 times it won't be. So let's move on to foundation. I'm going to be using BareMinerals foundation in medium beige original. Now I usually like the matte foundation because the matte foundation will give you a flat finish, so no shine at all, and it does give you a little heavier coverage for your acne, and it's better for oily skin tone. But since it's summertime, I like that dewy finish. You know, I want that glow. So I'm using the original finish in medium beige BareMinerals foundation. So we're going to pour just a dime size amount of foundation into our lid here. So just a dime size amount. I'm going to apply the foundation with the handy Buki brush. This is going to give you full coverage, and this is my favorite brush out of the BareMinerals line. So I'm just going to lightly swirl the brush into the lid, tap off the excess, and now I'm going to spot treat where I applied the Well Rested concealer. Now if you didn't use concealer, then just go ahead and just buff the foundation on. But to give me extra coverage, I'm going to stipple the medium beige foundation on like you would with liquid foundation. So I'm just going to stipple over top the Well Rested concealer. Round 2, y'all. Just keep patting, just keep patting, just keep patting, patting, patting. And now, since I stippled and basically set the Well Rested concealer with the foundation, so I'm going to go back over with a little bit more foundation and just buff the foundation out. So now this is our second dime size amount of foundation. Just a dime size. A little goes a long way. So swirl, tap, and then buff. Last round, y'all. Last round. Just keep buffing, just keep buffing, just keep buffing, buffing, buffing. And if your neck is a little lighter than your face, which mine definitely is, take the foundation down to your neck. Okay, y'all, I know you want an encore. Just keep buffing, just keep buffing, just keep buffing, buffing, buffing. Voila! Okay, so now I did the concealer, I did the foundation. It's time for Mineral Veil, and that's the setting powder. The Mineral Veil acts kind of like a baby powder, but for your face. It's going to soak up any extra oils, any sweat, and it's going to smooth out the foundation and set it so it lasts longer throughout the day. So to apply the Mineral Veil, I'm going to use the Flawless application brush because this is just going to give me sheer coverage, and since it's a translucent setting powder, you don't need a full coverage with that. So just a dime size amount, that's all you need. Swirl, tap, and then buff it on. So this is the foundation routine that's going to give you full coverage. BareMinerals will give you full coverage. And this is seriously, so all I did was Well Rested concealer and 2 dime size amounts of medium beige foundation, and my acne is gone. It is gone. And I'm just looking beautiful. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Guys, I'm getting close up now. You cannot see any acne or acne scars. My mustache, 5 o'clock shadow, is gone. It's gone. Under eye dark circles, gone too. So basically, if you wanted to stop here and go out, you're basically good to go. I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the foundation routine just to give you a full idea of how to use all the steps of BareMinerals. So if you want to see me how to apply the rest of the BareMinerals, then continue watching. Now, time for bronzer. Usually people use the Warmth, which is the universal BareMinerals bronzer that comes in the starter kits. However, I'm not a fan of the warmth. It's way too dark for my skin tone. Even though you only have to use a little bit, it's just still too dark for me. There's also faux tan or faux tan matte, faux tan radiance, warm radiance. I mean, there's a lot of bronzers. I'm not going to use any of those. What I like to personally use as my bronzer is Applause Blush. And it's just a very neutral, pinky brown undertone blush, which you can use throughout the whole year. And if you're light enough like moi, you can use it as bronzer. So with a blush brush or a bronzer brush, I'm using a little bit of the Applause blush as bronzer. So I'm just taking the bronzer right on my cheekbone, and then I'm going to make a triangle down to basically where my ears are. So basically from the top ear to the bottom ear and then up to my cheek, I'm making a triangle. And that's how I'm going to bronze and contour my face. Up to your temple as well, especially if you have a reduced hairline like myself. And then a little bit under your jaw. Under. Not on the jawline, but under. Alrighty. And that is how you conceal, you cover, you set, and you bronze with BareMinerals Makeup Foundation. So I'm going to match my face, put on a little eye makeup, and then I will end this video. Okay, y'all, so this was my full coverage foundation routine by covering acne, any discoloration, dark circles, you name it. This is my tutorial on how to cover all that problems with using BareMinerals foundation. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I convinced you that BareMinerals, it's the way to go. And I hope you will go buy it, try it out, because BareMinerals is seriously the way to go, because it will give you full coverage, it will cover completely everything, and it will feel like you have nothing on. BareMinerals, 21st century, it's the way to go. It's the way to go. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got a lot of good tips, and I will see y'all next time. T-dubs.